All right, let's do it. Sorry for the
All right,
delay,
folks.
fellas.
All right, folks. All right, folks. We're back in episode 15, HandyKap Sports Podcast. I'm your host, JC Sports. Halftime of Game 5 of Knicks Heat at the Garden. First quarter was a complete disaster, scoring like 15 points. Had a great second quarter. Great close. Julius Randle just hit a three. Um, Thoughts on what we need to do to win this game and to bring this one back to Miami. RK, I'll start with you up top right.
Got to rebound the ball. Got to play D. You rebounding the ball. They rebound the ball in game 4. I think they win the game. I think we should be able to hold on here today. They look like they're playing with a little more urgency. Tibbs is coaching for his career or his life. If they lose this series, he's gone. He's not coaching a good game. They should be able to beat them. I think we have better players. We're just not playing hard, and hopefully we start playing hard and we change the tide. But I think we got a good chance.
Got to keep Toppin.
think
Toppin crashed at the glass, both sides. Got to keep him in.
I wouldn't mind seeing Toppin and Randall, get rid of the center maybe. And let Toppin play
got
the
to get
center.
Mitch out. Mitch bites on everything.
There's two ways that they're going to win this game. You have to defensive rebounding is a must. That's obvious. That clearly showed the last games, and I agree. Possibly taking out, you can't take out the center the whole time, but for a decent amount of the second half, simply because you have to close out on threes against this team. If you're giving, they shot the ball pretty bad from three. That was the worst I've seen them shot the ball from three that half this entire season. And you gotta limit their 3-point shooting because the Knicks got pretty lucky with they were missing the threes they've been making all series. So,
agreed.
I mean, Brunson has to play the entire game. Mm-hmm. I think he's the only guy on the floor for the Knicks. You can't take him out of the game.
He's got to put, and he's got.
We agree. We all agree on that.
25 times.
He can't come out.
Listen, between all the reviews, every time there's a potential a flagrant foul, there's plenty of timeouts that you can grab. TV timeouts, use your own timeouts. All hands on deck. It's a must-win. If you got to play Brunson the whole way, you play him. I like to see them stick with Randall a little bit more than they are, and Butler's going to get his. You got to somehow limit the other guys. And listen, after being down big at the end of the first quarter to be up by 3, it was a good second quarter. And we're going to. I like our chances here. I think Randall needs to. I think between Randall and Brunson, they need to get to about, let's see, 55 to 60 points, and they win the game.
I think first team to 100 wins this game, which has been pretty consistent all the Knicks playoff games. Let's finish it out, and then you could play Game 6 in Miami. I think if they can get a win, they can get some juice, and they could believe a little bit. I think that was the problem in the last game.
Yeah, win one.
Win one game. Take it one at a time. So
you got to outwork this Miami team. This Miami team,
they're relentless.
Its identity is relentless. That Pat Riley builds those kinds of teams. The Knicks got to bring that same type of energy this third and fourth quarter, and the role guys. So I think Vincent has 3 fouls. Got to limit Lowry. I think Lowry's experience is going to be huge. Also, we got to get Love off the fucking board. His veteran experience on both on the O glass and D glass is unbelievable. Got to get him out. Got to get big. Mitch has to toughen up and get him the fuck out of there. Strus, he might get his. We leave him open a lot. He's a great shooter. We got to limit the role players. Butler and Bam are going to get theirs.
Bam's not that good.
Mitch is on him.
And playing very well. Series stat.
Yeah, no,
I know.
Bam's playing great. I agree with you. I don't think Bam is good, but this series he's shown a lot. But Mitch just bites on everything. If it's one-on-one, Bam and Mitch, the foul line, it's over.
The big three has to play well. That's all it is.
For who?
The Knicks.
Who's their third?
Oh no.
Barrett. Is that
What?
RJ Barrett?
Oh geez.
He's a disease.
Have you been watching since
Yeah,
game one against the Cavs? Have you been watching RJ Barrett?
The worst thing you want
Disrespectful.
is
How
Barrett.
he's playing.
When Barrett gets a little confidence, then he thinks he can control the game. He lost them a couple games.
Since game one against the Cavs.
No problem, babe.
All of his games. I know defensively last game, nobody played well. He didn't play well on defense last game. But Barrett has been keeping them in games, winning games for them against the Cavs at least. Trust me, RJ Barrett is no schlub. People show him way too much disrespect.
I got another quick thing.
Especially RK.
Right, go ahead, Jake.
Josh Hart.
Let's go to
Josh Hart, real quick. 3 fouls, 0 points. Does he? Do you just play in the whole second half?
No, Tibbs destroyed his confidence by not starting him. I don't know why they didn't.
We need Grimes in. Grimes has been shooting the ball great. Every time Grimes gets it, put it up, Grimes. Just put it up every single time.
Let's go to the next game.
Big second half coming up. Come on, let's get a W. Let's get it back to Miami. Next game, Lakers up 3-1. They're back at Golden State, right? Back at Golden State. Golden State's -8. It's win or go home for them as well. Do we think Golden State's going to pull this W out?
Yeah,
I think they will.
Yeah, Golden State's going to win. What's going to happen is the Lakers are going to see what they can do after a quarter, maybe a quarter and a half,
and the rest.
If they're losing big, then they're going to lay down.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
For LeBron and AD to play back to back, every other day, that's a little tough. Anthony Davis finally reversed his one game on, 1 game off. He had 2 good games in a row, but that series isn't over. Neither, I don't think, is the Knicks one. Certainly, obviously, you got to win 3 in a row. But we're Knicks fans, so you got to, I'm talking with my heart here. No pun intended for our Villanova guy, but he shot. Tibbs took him. I think Tibbs destroyed his confidence. I mean, he was playing so good against Cleveland. He was playing so good towards this down the stretch. Him and Brunson, the Villanova connection. But I don't think you'll see much of Hart. Maybe I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see Hart doing much in the second half. But you never know. By the time he gets in, there's going to be 3 or 4 minutes left in the third quarter. We'll see what happens. But
I just think we need him in for his rebounding on both ends of the floor.
No, totally. I like Hart. But why? What do you guys think of the Warrior-Laker game?
I think the Warriors are going to win by 15 plus.
I think Warriors. I think the Warriors will blow them out tonight, and then I think whoever wins Game 6 wins the series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's how I look at it. Pretty simple. I mean, as much as one thing. Did you guys watch the last Warriors-Lakers game?
I think I did, but
they're
on pretty late. I might crash.
Steph had a triple-double in that game. And people are saying, I guess Thompson played horrible. People say Kerr didn't coach the best game. I mean, even though Curry had a 6 stat line, that did not reflect, in my opinion, at all on how, I didn't think he played that well. They were in a 2-point game, and he couldn't make a shot in the fourth quarter. It seemed like they should have definitely won that game.
I don't like Curry, but those shots he took down the stretch were good shots. Those were his kind of shots.
Yeah.
Everyone's giving him a hard time. I thought those were generally shots that you want him to take. The big gripe is when Green got that rebound with pretty much who's the guard on. He had a little guy on him from the Lakers, Schroeder, and he just threw it back out to. He had a layup. So that was a mental mistake on his part.
I wasn't saying that the Curry was a bad shot. I'm just saying he wasn't making his shots.
I know.
I'm truly in the belief, and on almost any basketball team, your best player on the floor shooting maybe not such a great shot is better than most guys just shooting an open shot. So, I mean,
John, you ready for this?
Yo,
I agree with you.
Now,
there you go.
And this is also the thing with the Warriors. They can't really go back to their identity with Looney. They obviously have to play small against his team, get it out in transition, make guys like AD tired. but the play of Jordan Poole has been embarrassing.
He's been
Jordan Poole is I haven't never seen him playing like this. Last game he had 0 points, 10 minutes, 0 for 4 from the field. He's got to play well for them to win. Jordan Poole has to put up 15 plus. Peyton is going to get some good run. They're going to go small again. I think they'll win though, but you never know with this Lakers team.
What about the other? What about the other series?
The Nuggets last night knew they were going to win. Big win for the Nuggets, going up 3-2. But I want to move more attention to the Celtics series. RK, I mean, couldn't be more spot on. You called this one.
This guy called it.
Do you think it's still the coaching, or do you think it's just Joe Embiid, Harden?
One other thing that jumped out at me. Tatum is just like, he doesn't have that killer instinct. He doesn't, for a great player, he doesn't have, he doesn't have what Butler has. He doesn't have like Kobe. He doesn't have that type of killer instinct at the, to want to. I'm sure he wants to win. He just doesn't have that. He doesn't have that edge.
He doesn't have the extra motor.
And that coach, he's a little lost, and you got a good coach with the Sixers. He's won one championship, albeit with the Celtics. And, you have Embiid is playing great, although this playoff round, Embiid is a nice win, MVP, but he didn't deserve the MVP. Should be a Joker. I know we'll talk about that series in a moment, but the Joker is a most valuable player, but they gave it to Embiid, which is fine. He's deserving. Harden is very inconsistent. Harden is a tough guy to figure out. Last night, he played like 40 minutes, took 8 shots.
You never know what he's going to do. That's the thing. You never know what he's going to do.
I had total points, rebounds, and assists over 35.5. He played 40 minutes and was 2 rebounds short of a triple-double and did not hit his number. He had 34. Well, the guy, he barely shot in the fourth quarter, but that's fine. And he's inconsistent. The other interesting similar bet, Jokic has hit that probably the last 8 games. Last night he went from 47.5 rebounds, points, and assists. They put the line at 53.5.
Jeez.
And he hit 54 in a number. But I mean, this guy is a machine.
I was just gonna say I've been taking that a little bit, and I was actually talking to a couple people today about it. Jokic's this series, his points, rebounds, assists, 48, 60, 64, 68, 54.
Yeah, last night he just squeaked by half a point.
The numbers are stupid.
It's crazy in playoff basketball. As long as the game is close, the best players should usually hit those or come those.
I like the although this will drop this tomorrow morning most likely. I like that number for Curry today. I think it's like in the
points, rebounds, just over.
I think it's like 43 or 44. Brunson is also tricky with that one. Sometimes, he hasn't really hit that too much, but I think Curry's going to go off tonight.
I mean, he should hit it tonight, Brunson, right?
Well, Brunson's number, he should hit that because he's got a lot of points. He's got rebounds and assists.
27 right now.
Yeah, his number I think was around 36 or 37. Randall was I think 34. The guy's not rebounding, so he's not going to hit that. Obviously,
Steph's number is 44 tonight, 44.5.
It's not a bad play.
No,
we'll see. We'll see what happens when I'll either know what I'm talking. I'm laying it out there. They'll drop it tomorrow, and but I'd be really surprised if the Sixers lose Game 6 at home. What do you guys think?
A lot of people think that.
Yeah, a lot of people think the Celtics are gonna go back-to-back wins.
You think the Celtics are gonna win?
No, I think people think the Sixers are gonna close it out.
Oh,
Yeah, I think so.
I've been hearing some other stuff, but I agree with the Sixers. I think the
Yeah.
Sixers are going to close it out with
We'll
six.
see.
I think they're great.
But
All right, we got so those two series. You guys like obviously Denver to win that one, right?
yeah,
Denver and
No,
six.
that's a you know, I mean,
Booker.
so
It's
far,
all about Booker and KD. It's the only scoring they have.
yeah. But you know, you would think Booker and KD should be able to overpower the Joker, but
Can't
you
do
know,
it.
they have some games, but you know, someone's going to win on the road. I would rather. I like if someone's going to win on the road. I kind of like Denver winning Game 6 as opposed to Phoenix winning, as opposed to Denver holding serve in Game 7. I just think that Denver kind of needs to win Game 6, but
Agreed.
you know, but what do we? And then you know, the playoffs have been pretty good. I like the way the league has it. Every night you got 2 games, and I guess probably next round will be every night there'll be 1 game,
Yep.
which is still pretty good. And what else do you want to cover? I know this is an abridged one. We're live together at halftime.
I think this is good. I mean, I don't want to do the podcast and just be like commentating the Knicks time. So
right.
I think we should.
Second half starting right now. Let's
Yeah.
get a W. Let's get back to Game 6 in Miami.
Jacob, next week, big PGA championship.
PGA Championship next week. A lot in store for you folks.
Yeah.
Right? Let's go get a
Let's do
W.
it. Let's go Knicks.
We're coming. Let's go Knicks.
Let's go. Thanks, boys.